Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever, whenever that you may be tuning in. This is Yonks, and this is our pre-launch working group number 25, and it is 11:13 p.m. Eastern Time. And here on the screen is the link to our Google Docs. If you go to WeOwn.Academy right now, we've got a link tree set up, and one of the main things that we're going to be rolling up our sleeves and getting to work here tonight to resume the conversation from earlier today, our working group number 24 is continuing to get the look and feel for our WordPress website, which is at www.WeOwn.Academy, WeOwn.Academy, and this is going to load here. So this is what it looks like. This is what we updated from earlier today. And if you want to really I was pretty vulnerable, and it was very evident that I hadn't worked with Cadence and I'm not well versed in WordPress, but that's aware, and this is why we're bringing in a consultant to help navigate this so that we can really effectively launch here in WeOwn.Network in June of 2025. So anyway, taking a look at the Google Docs, and let me actually grab a link to this subtab. This is a very tab-heavy document, and if anybody is watching the live stream, feel free to participate. This is one of the ways that we build in public with our platform agnostic model. Not going to unpack all of that right now, but would love to hear from anybody, because we will be keeping tabs on the chat if you do want to ask a question or offer some input or anything like that. So anyway, scrolling down the agenda, this is a templated agenda, and you can see the template subtab right here. And always, when I don't forget, which isn't very often, and that's why it's in the template, is talk about our FALG culture, which is an acronym: fun, earning, learning, and giving. And this will become a lot more apparent on all the things. One of the things I love to say is that we are all learning together here. And this is where we're learning to use a well-established tool, WordPress, which has been the content management system, open source king of the 21st century. Over 30 million websites globally use WordPress. And just scrolling down, you can see I don't even have anything on the agenda. This is where we're just going to continue with the story brand website wireframe. And I'm going to put storybrand.ai in here, website wireframe, to update our www.WeOwn.Academy website. So on the screen here is where we've been copying and pasting from. And this is where we got transform your real estate game with AI. So let me actually bring open the window where we are modifying, making edits to that. And that's here on the Yonks team profile. And let me just go in here to the dashboard, and let me do this in another tab. Okay, dashboard. And earlier, we discovered that the page that we needed to work on was the, can't remember what it was called, but it was clearly designated as the front page. So home, that's a great thing to call it. That's not very confusing, and you can see where it's designated as the front page. So let's go into edit. Okay, so this is, I'm going to see if we can make this and I'm going to actually bring open this, because this is where we can do some things. Because what I'm going to do right now is just duplicate this, and this is the one that want to modify. So this is where going to go back to our wire site thingy with StoryBrand. And let me get this, I'll leave this on here. StoryBrand, and here's, okay, I'm going to close this one. Get these tabs where I can easily switch back and forth between them. Okay, so maybe this will give me what I need right here, like this. Okay, so scrolling down. So this is where we're going to grab this. Are you ready to leverage AI for extraordinary results? And going back over here. And clicking on this, let's make this a bigger one. Oh, I don't want to move it up. I want to make it bigger.
You like the colors?
For right now, and yeah, I'm okay with the colors for right now.
Yeah.
I mean, right now the main focus, Mike, is to get functionality where we get the verbiage on here, you
Yeah.
know,
Got
and
it.
just yeah. Okay, so let's make this one a, instead of paragraph, let's make it a H2 header. Let's make this a H3 header. Not too big. H5. Okay, I'm just going to save this real quick and see what this gives us here. Because there's a lot of things that can be done. I mean, like here, headline analyzer, AI SEO. I'm not sure if we want to use AI SEO, but anyway, let me refresh this here real quick. Transform your real estate game with AI. Are you ready to leverage AI for extraordinary results? Join now. So this is where we need to change the button from register now to join now. Join now. And I'm not sure how to change where the button goes. Button link, I guess right here, because this is where we need to get the product figured out. But anyway, meet our sponsors, get your new album now. New album, discover our newest albums, talented band members. So let's go back to the story brand. Don't let confusion hold you back. Gain expertise and confidence. We understand the challenges you face. Unlock the power of AI today. And where do we want 3 simple steps to embrace AI? Attend our free webinar, implement AI strategies, join our community. Unlock the power of AI today. And I don't know if we should change this to the sponsor section to meet your guides. How do you like that?
Yeah, that could work.
Guides. And can't remember if there's, let's move this up here to talented band members. Did it not get the entire section? Nope. And I don't know if we list view outline. So I haven't done a lot of block editing in WordPress. So this, most of this stuff, but And let me just undo this section because I think I needed to move the whole section instead of the, let me see if that two undos did it. Meet your guides. Okay, so this is what wanted to move up was this, and let me see if I can rename this. Rename row layout. This is meet your guides. Save. Rename.
What about an overview? Company overview.
Right now I'm just trying to follow the wireframe website using the story brand.
Uh,
All right, so I moved that section up. So let me save this and see what this looks like. So yeah, right now, Mike, the goal is just, and this is a section that kind of adding, and let me just put this on here. Wireframe section stakes, value proposition, empathy, plan, add section. I don't know if this is the right section. Um, and I don't even know if I see what it added here. But anyway, going back over here, um, I'm going to go ahead and save this and see what this looks like now. Um, I'm going to call this, this is called the top of the fold. Rename top of the fold on a website. Because this, I don't know if you know why it's called top of the fold, but that's the page that you can see or the section that you can see without scrolling.
mhm.
Okay, so here's where we can now meet your guides. This is where Tyler and I don't know if we need this because this looks like an unnecessary space. Um, but it might be because it's the top of the fold. Because like you look here, and then it's just one more scroll to be just like another section. Um, okay, going back to story brand. I don't know if this got reordered here, but I'm going to move this section down. Move section down. Move section down. Let's see. We've got this section in here twice. That's probably what it was. Delete. I think that this was the plan. in two different places.
Hmm.
So don't let confusion hold you back. Okay, so let's go back to all right, let's see. AI for real estate, meet your guides, the event, new album, discography. Okay, so meet your guides. Let's collapse this. Let's put a name. I'm not sure what this. So I guess this was just padding to get the look and feel right. Um, I don't know if the section, like, let's actually just move this up here like this. If that worked right, let me undo that. Just gonna leave and come back in here. Guess it auto saved anyway, so. So let me refresh this and see how this is looking now. Can't remember if I got the save in there. Meet your guides. So let me make this the size of the and there's probably like some standards. I don't know anything about website as far as like best practices go, but this template I'm suspecting was made with that. So just like scrolling here, this meet your guides is now one page of one window of scroll. And here's another. The event regularly attracts. So let me just duplicate because I think that's this one. Let me duplicate this, rename uh, the event, save, rename, dupe. Okay, so let's work with this. And I'm not sure. Let me scroll through this list and see if there's a better section to work with. Or maybe it be so I'm not sure. And this is where we might have to kind of tinker around to under and at the end of the day, like I said, because there's different parameters in here. So section, here's this section. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a well, we have a duplicate of this. So let me just going to delete this section. Delete where we have the entire section. Well, actually, we need columns here. Event. because this has got a 2-column format. And I'm gonna actually add a, let's see. Column gutter section. I'm gonna see if there's a better section that we can use. Let's go to that one, that join the event. Oh, your session is expired. Please log in to continue where you left off. So I'm going to bring that off the screen and do that here real quick.
With the WebEx or the other thing?
No, this is just the for Yonk's team for WordPress that was logging us out there. I don't know what the cookie session is. Okay, logged back in here. So this is the rename, join the event, save, and I'm going to duplicate this here, duplicate, and I'm going to move the join the event up to above the event. Oh, it's this section. Rename this to dupe. Okay, so join the event section, join the event. And this is where don't let confusion hold you back. Oh, what did I do? Write something. I want to write something. Don't let confusion hold you back. Copy and paste. What will you miss out on without AI guidance? And this is a H2. So let's and join the event. I'm actually going to delete this. Delete. And do a add after paragraph. Let's see what the paragraph. So let's copy the next line here. What will you miss out on without AI guidance? More copy and paste. And let's make this a, instead of a paragraph, let's make this a, actually I'm gonna do undo, and I'm gonna move this down here and change this to this text right here. And this is this row layout here, section, buttons, advanced, play. I don't know if we need this because this is a video. Let me just delete this section. Delete. And I'm not sure. Delete. And let's make a section here. Columns. I'm not sure. Let's see. Add after. Add block. Let's make this columns 50-50 and paragraph. And let's do a bullet icon list. I don't want icon. Let's okay, more copy and paste. And this is where I think that we could get here. And this is where we need to change because this gray font obviously won't work well here with this. Make it too hard to read. Need to make it white or some other color, probably white. Okay, so list. Missing out on losing time. Uncertainty. And wasting resources. And this is where we can duplicate the button, the join now button, when we get the button working right. But let's go ahead and save this and do a preview, refresh the preview on where we're at here. Okay, so let me make this the same size as the top of the fold here. Meet your guides, need to update that. Don't let confusion hold you back. So we definitely need to change the color here. Let's see if we can figure out how to do this. Mentions color, white, color, white. Save. Page updated. All right, let's refresh this. Don't let confusion hold you back. Not sure how this is going to look on mobile, but well, there's that section that we just did, and now we just need to get the button in there. So what's your thoughts so far, Mike,
I like it.
Lotus?
I like it. It's looking good. Easy. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Well, it's not as easy as I would like, but I mean, we're definitely getting progress here.
Yeah.
Um, what are your thoughts, Lotus?
Well, for me, it's kind of confusing, but I'm going to watch the replay to kind of slow down the process.
Fair. Well, and that's why we build in public, and this is something that we'll get great at because really the goal is to automate a lot of this in a better manner, and that's absolutely one of the things that I'm going to help to facilitate by becoming a coach with Story Brand so that we can build towards a better tomorrow with our WeOwn AI agency model. And that's really the main goal, as I have said and will continue to say with this AI for real estate by WeOwn.Academy, is to create RE.box, the proverbial money printer. And with Tyler being the Yonks team licensed real estate professional, she's going to be the one for the benefit of the Yonks team household to really get the feedback and get these solutions into place here. So, one of the other things, and I don't know if we should change gears or pick up these conversations tomorrow. I'll probably start working on it a little bit tonight, but the pitch deck, we all agreed, at least those of us that were on the dry run with the pitch deck that we created using plusai.com. It was basically me reading from the slides, and it was pretty dry, pretty boring. And so we're going to start from scratch and create a from scratch pitch deck. So my personal vote is that that's something that I'll work off on here. We've went through a lot of stuff working together, learning here. I'm not going to go through and work on getting this updated. This is something that Tyler and I can work on. But yeah, like let me go ahead and take a look at the calendar for tomorrow.
While
Because
doing that, let me ask you a question. On that pork bun SSL certificate you asked me to get, does that take them a while, or should I use my laptop to request
no,
it?
it's working for you already. So just
Really?
to
For
like
me to
here
know?
go in an incognito
I don't
window.
know nothing.
So like when I go to imlotus.xyz, it shows parked on the bun. It doesn't give any error here. And sometimes that's a cache issue on your local browser. And this is where using an incognito or private browsing mode. Because like, and I'll send you in Signal a before and after screenshot, and I'll actually use the before and after screenshot for that tutorial in Notion that created. But congratulations, Lotus. You are now securely parked on the bun with IamLotus.xyz. And this is one of the things that Mike and I, along with Spence, and really counting on you, Mike, to drive that conversation so that we, all of us, can collectively get our WeOwn Associates on-chain ambassador websites in the framework that we're building so that we can build our own personal brand website using the technology stack that Spence with Minute Launch WP Launchify has put together for us.
All right.
Let me understand what you just said, because I'm not techno. I don't need a number for the SSL certificate. It's not a number. It's there already, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you clicking on on the thing that you did
Uh-huh.
whenever you were doing it, that
Uh-huh.
created the certificate, and it automatically renews. And this is one of the reasons that I left Pork Bun, because one of the ways that a lot of domain registrars nickel and dime you is charging for things like an SSL certificate that shouldn't cost, because in 2025 they're free. And this is one of the reasons that I left Pork Bun, is that they don't nickel and dime you, and their dashboard makes it easy. And that's one of the main reasons that we switch. But then, I mean, you can also do some cool things. Like, I've literally bought some domains with cryptocurrency on Pork Bun. And but it's one of the least costs as far as not nickel and diming you compared to a lot of domain registrars. And if anybody wants to debate that conversation, hit me up on the DMs, because we can take that offline and really do a deeper dive. But anyway, yeah.
Okay. Uh, Understood. I don't have, because I didn't pay for anything extra. I don't have to pay.
That's the value of Pork Bun, is like, and this is where we'll help you get the website set up using the infrastructure that we're going to be building. And for our and we can take those conversations, because that's really outside of the scope, but we're really wanting to make this easy for people to go up the participation ladder, especially with those of you here that are, contributing. Like right now, we're not compensating anybody for doing the things, but when we start ramping up, this is something that when the money starts coming in, we will be able to elevate our bounties and reward people for tasks. And like, one of the things that's absolutely a bounty right now, it's not like a super high priority, because my expectations is that this blog post, real estate using AI tools versus AI agents versus AI agency, will become a cornerstone piece of content. And that's one of the reasons that we have a $500 bounty. And this is why, and another thing that we just want to do is we want to experiment with various meritocracy mechanisms, bounties, collaboration, collab tech, and all of that. But that's another whole series of conversations. If you're interested in collaborating on that, let me know. And I'm going to just real quick check. I see that we've got a couple people watching the live stream. Before we bring it to a wrap today for Working Group 25, this is the final chance for anybody on the live stream to throw in some questions, thoughts, whatever that you've got, and I'll go on mute and let Lotus or Mike contribute any final thoughts as well.
I guess good night, everyone, or good morning on the other side of the world.
Yeah, I'm good. Things are made some progress. Looks good. I'm happy.
Good. Well, I'll figure out what the schedule looks like here for tomorrow. But the goal is to get things like I said, I'm gonna spend some cycles here tonight on drafting a from scratch pitch deck, webinar overview deck for this AI for real estate cohort peer block #1 that will be running June 10th to September 30th. And I'm not sure what the exact date of September that's going to conclude. I'll take a look at the calendar and likely update that, because the real goal is to bring that to a close the last week of September there. But that's something that we can finalize. We're really wanting this cohort to be an iterative process, so that the people that are participating in it are getting an immense amount of value, so that they'll continue to show up week in, week out, so that we can build towards creating the WeOwn AI agency for real estate professionals that we're going to be calling RE.Box. But on that note, I'm going to stop screen share and tell you all good night. Have a great Sunday. We'll be back a couple times, probably tomorrow, because rubber meets the road. Tomorrow is June 1st, and this is when it's go mode for launch mode, LFG mode for WeOwn.Network.
Awesome. All right. Have a nice evening.
Good night, everybody. Until next